Welcome to the podcast. A five-time American Ninja Warrior. Crazy. My brothers watched that growing up. We watched that a ton growing up. Three-time collegiate All-American, three-time Guinness World Record holder. He's working on another one that we'll probably dive into at some point. He does natural bodybuilding, professional boxer, and he actually owns, he actually got recently third best in the world for the best mustache. So look at that great mustache. And then he also owns his own ninja gym. So just incredible human, really high level human being, does really physical, mental, spiritual things, and really excited to have him on the podcast. He's a client as well. And so we're going to kind of dive into the word together and then kind of dive into his testimony. So I really appreciate you being here, brother. It can be fun.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. I've been excited to come on and speak about this and learn.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love it, bro. Heck yeah, man. So we'll kind of just dive right into it with the first question. What are you thankful for today?
I'm thankful for my father. Really, he's been a very pivotal point of helping become a man. I'm thankful for everything in my life that allows me to do the things where I'm at. I'm thankful that I've taken big risks to get to the point that I'm at. I'm thankful for a lot of things. One of my things I like to do is be thankful every day. Start out the day with thankfulness and stuff, because when you're thankful for what you have, you'll be given more. So it's more of a frequency and vibration I try to put out there. So thankful for a lot.
Amen, brother. I love that. That is such a foundation to have that gratitude, because I think as humans, we would just get into our day and not build that foundation of, wow, I am so thankful for the breath in my lungs, to open my eyes again this morning. Like the simplest things, like I feel it truly grounds us in a way that really I don't think anything else can. And so that's really cool that you kind of start your day with that. And that's kind of why this podcast, we start with that. It's like, yeah, we're going to dive into the word, but like, hey, where are we at in gratitude? So and super cool. Your dad's an awesome dude. Him and we've had conversations as well. So absolutely amen to that. For me, I would say I'm thankful for not only this opportunity to chat, but just this season of life that I'm in. It's a lot of chaos with like two little ones. I've been married for like 2 years and like having a business. So I'm just like thankful for the responsibility and all the things I've had to overcome and the failures and falling on my face through the last 15 years. That like I'm at a place where even in this chaos, like I feel like God truly has his hand in what he's doing in my life. So I'm just so thankful that, like, man, he knows so much better than I do. And where I'm at is exactly where I need to be because of him and nothing that I've done. So super, super thankful just for the season of life that we're in. Cool. So next question is, what is a current concern of yours and how can we help? And then we'll dive into the verse that you had for us today.
I would say the current concern would just be, again, I took another big risk, switching my gym over to uh, a more expensive place, better location and stuff. But I knew that once I got it right, it would get me where I needed to be. But I'm going through the struggles of what I went through my first gym, essentially, um, barely meeting the bills or not meeting them. And I've had to find other ways to make it, whether, all my promotions money and boxing money myself, just going to my gym. And I've been blessed to have that, because otherwise I wouldn't make the bills. But it's so the issue would be each month not making my bills. But again, I know God's gonna take care of me, and I'll find a way. That
Mhm.
winners find a way, and that's the activation of faith as well.
Mm.
Is again understanding that the one thing about churches that got to me while I stepped out of church for a while was because everyone in it, when they would know the scriptures and stuff, and they could read it, speak them better than me. But then when they got hit by life, the scriptures didn't do anything for them. And I was like, wait, what? So it's like they would tell their God how big their problems were, and instead of telling the problems how big God is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so uh, that's my current problem, I
Mhm.
would say. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, brother, man. And we're gonna be doing a lot to help that situation, which I'm super excited to work with you with, which I think will be super powerful. I think that's how I can help is really help
Yeah.
this thing to where you can focus on the kingdom stuff and being able to be the athlete that you want to be. So really excited for that. And definitely those who are listening, definitely send some prayers to him because he has so much to offer and so many people to serve that really need his help and need his guidance because he's far along in this physical mental journey that I feel like so many believers, and we'll dive into that in the scripture that we're diving into a little bit as well, I'm sure. So that'll be fun. But yeah, thank you for sharing. I'd say for me, current concern of mine is like within the business, I probably have like 3 or 4 people involved and I need to hire like an assistant. I just need to hire more people. And like, I've always been this guy that like, I got it. I could do it myself. Like, let me just try to do it all myself. And so it's like, it's hard to let go of things that have been your baby for a long time and something that you've built. And like, I know I can do, but it's like letting other people just fail a little bit to learn but sometimes I just want to jump in and be like, let me do it. And it's hard because my dad owns a swimming pool business. And so like, I know he did the same thing. He just like jumped and it's like, I got to learn how to delegate. So a concern of mine is just like learning how to let go and learning how to like know that the plan that God has for me in the business is to have other people involved so they can provide for their families and to be able to serve people to have. So I think I need just like a frame switch of that and to kind of learn how to be. And my concern is just like, I don't feel like I'm ready to be the leader because I just want to do everything solo. So that's something I feel like I need to improve that big time.
I like that. That sounds like a good learning experience, though. Yeah.
Big time, big time. It's like, okay, I can lead myself, but then now I had to lead like 3 or 4 other people and teach them the stuff that I've done for this long time, like that fast and like be able to give them accountability, support, and be that though. Yeah, for sure. Stepping into a new version of myself. Absolutely.
Oh
And the
yeah.
pain is like, that it hurts, but it's like, I got to just do it and commit to it and get after it. And that's what us athletes do. High level athletes. What else do we do? Yeah. So I
Yeah.
love it. And then we will dive into that verse. So I can, unless you want to, I can start with it. And then we talked about it before, those of you listening, that we'll do John 14:12 through 14. And then we will do a another part 2, I guess you could call it. That will do Philippians 4:13. It sounds like for Brendan, these 2 verses have been pivotal for him to kind of keep in mind consistently. So I think it'd be really fun to go and do them individually, go through one now and then go through one. So definitely stay in tune for the next time we do this as well. So I've got have you heard of the Amplified Classic?
Uh, I haven't heard of I mean, I've heard of it. I don't know the version.
Yeah, so fun. My wife's like, it's way too much. Like it like amplifies it like crazy. So I'll do that one.
Yeah.
And then I could do we could do a different version, but I get a lot out of the amplified version. Just
Yeah.
my personality, you know, I am a little
Yeah.
bit. It's like
Got
a little
it.
album. Yeah. It's cool. I got that. It's like an iPad that has like every version under the sun, like Greek Hebrews, and then like
That's awesome.
references and like then I can have half like my notes so I can scribble on it and then have my like it's really cool. Technology sucks. I still can use it.
Yeah. Some conveniences for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So we'll dive into John 14:12 through 14. And then we'll kind of dive into the question. So I assure you, most solemnly, I tell you, if anyone steadfastly believes in me, he will himself be able to do the things that I do, and he will do even greater things than these, because I go to the Father. And I myself will grant whatever you ask in my name, as presenting all that I am, so that the Father may be glorified and extolled in through the Son. Yes, I will grant, I myself will do for you whatever you shall ask in my name, as presenting all that I am. So it definitely is a bit more amplified a little bit there.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it makes it even clearer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I really like that. A lot of people are like, it's too much. I'm like, no, I don't think it clear. And I can do like an ESV as well, just to kind of see version. I'll do ESV. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever believes in me will also do the works that I do, and greater works than these will he do, because I am going to the Father. Whatever you ask in my name, this I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. if you ask me anything in my name, I will do it.
I like the first version better. It actually does like break it down. Like,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. The Amplify is super cool. And I had a buddy on the podcast who I shared, he never heard of that, but he had the literal version. And he's like, it's even more intense. And I'm like, I never even heard of that too. Like, I'm so glad I'm doing these podcasts because I learned about versions I had no idea about.
that's right.
It's an excuse to dive into the word deeper and better and
Yeah.
all the above and iron sharpens iron, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
So I guess if you want, we can start with just basically retelling the passage, like in your own words, and then we'll dive into the other questions. If you want to start, or I can start either way.
Yeah. So in my words, Jesus is saying that passage, and he's saying, "Hey, look, all these things that I've done, you can do them. You know, and guess what? There's even greater things that I haven't done, because I've only been here for 33 years, like I'm going to the Father. You all can still do even more than this because I've only risen to this level, and if I had more time here, I would have gone farther. But again, ask upon me and believe in me, then this power will be granted to you. You'll be given it. It's not ours, it's his and stuff. So it's one of those things to where that one stands out for me. Again, I don't think most churches ever like really dig it into this or break it down fully and stuff, because they try to keep us more in a box from what my personal experiences have been.
Agreed. Mhm. Yep. And that's what this podcast is about too, is it's like, man, how do we become disciples outside? Like, yeah, the church, the people is amazing, but the way we've done church is just like, I feel like not getting the fruits that Jesus himself wanted us to get from being together as believers. Yeah.
Yeah. When two or more are gathered, And so
Amen.
that's the thing. It doesn't matter where it is, a lot of what we've been taught is completely wrong and stuff. But those who search for the wisdom and the insight will be blessed, and that's the thing is it's not
Amen.
like, that's why we all have free will. We all have the stuff like you can freely choose to be moderate. Like that's your choice.
Absolutely.
I'm not one of I've always been drawn to literally, I could not be normal.
Yeah. You're like, I'm all in or I'm out. Like there's no in
Yeah.
between. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. No, I like how you put that. Just like, because I think so many people are like, man, Jesus came to the earth and it's like he had this magnificent power from the Father. Yes, he for sure did. But like, he's also saying we can do that too. Like, people are like, you can't heal people. I've seen people healed plenty of times. And it's like, we can use the power that he gives us in order to point people back to God. And it's like, that's so beautiful to know that we have that power within us from him, nothing that we've done ever. But he's like, hey, yes. It's like, I've been here for this amount of time. Yeah, I've done some stuff for you guys. Some of these miracles are insane, but it's like you have that same Father that I have, that we can actually do this, like, which gives me chills to really think about that, because so many people don't view it in that way at all. It just feels so far-fetched and so unfathomable, like, to even just see healing and things like that. And he's just like, no, you can do the things that I've done even greater, which is crazy because like him going through the death that he went through and all the above, like it's just absurd and I can't even imagine. But him sharing that is just like you were saying, is just powerful. Like we don't realize the power that we truly have through him.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, and then I listen to a lot of like motivational speaking and stuff too, and a lot of speakers that tied religion in. But one of the lines that I like are that there are thousands of people that are dying inside because they don't know the greatness that is inside them, and that's the point where people like you or me or that's the discipleship. That's just being the light that allows them to understand it and stuff to where them only their self knows what's best for them. Like everyone's gonna have an opinion, everyone's gonna have, but like a lot of people's opinions are for what they think is safe or nice or won't hurt you or stuff like that. And it's just like I was one of the only people that thought I could do the stuff that I do, and that's why I got there. But
Yeah. Yep, I love that. That's awesome. So you retold in our own words. What do you think is the most meaningful to you in this passage, and why?
uh, most meaningful again is Jesus telling us how powerful we are through him. You know,
Mhm.
like that at the end of the day, everything is if you do with him or through him, like you're gonna enjoy life, you're gonna love life, you learn, everything's gonna you'll carry his light with you, and then it can't be
Mhm.
denied anywhere and stuff. So
Yep.
it's just constantly trying to walk in his presence.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. I agree. The most meaningful to me is like, yeah, we can do these things and you could do even greater, which is absolutely crazy. And then I think just how it ends is like, I will grant, I myself will do for you whatever you shall ask in my name as presenting all that I am. And it's like so many people feel like they can't ask God for the desires of their heart. And it's basically saying here is like, ask and whatever you shall ask in my name. And then also presenting it like and glorifying him through that. Like, that's where he's going to show up in those magnificent, in those like powerful things. And so it's like, I feel like, like meaningful to me is like realizing like, man, God, I feel like if I know this is in your will or could be like, why am I not asking you for more things so that I can glorify you in more things? Like not for me to be able to get that thing, but like having that asking Lord, like, what do you have for me? And like, I have this desire in my heart to do this and serve these people and do this. And it's like, if you're going to glorify me through that, ask, and I will present that to you in my name. And like that's what I'm called my disciples and children to do is to flourish and to, because I feel like so many people, it's hard for them to look up to people in the church. Like a lot of people have church hurt and they're just like, I have nobody to look up to. Someone failed here. And then like they lose their like foundation in the gospel because someone else, like not like, which is just crazy to me. So I think the most meaningful thing to me is like realizing how much it's easy and like choose not to ask the Lord for things and the things that we desire. And like being able to do that in confidence and knowing that if our intention is in the right place and we're doing it in his will, like why the heck wouldn't we ask him for the things that would end up glorifying him?
Yeah, he'll keep giving you bigger and bigger stages to pronounce his glory.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Yep. I love that. Awesome. So what is this passage telling you specifically about God? That's the next question.
Uh, that he's all magnificent, all powerful.
Yep, and he's willing to give us, like, be glorified. He's gonna be glorified through us, but he's willing to give us that power and like extend it to us and give us the desires of our heart, really, too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure you know. Yeah, because he will do greater than these things, or greater things than these. Jesus is saying that I've done because I know to the Father. So he's like, you
Right.
guys go to the Father. You guys can do more than I've done. Like, just encourage you. Like, that's so cool. So just like, yeah, and just thinking of him in that way of father, I think, because a lot of like, it's so easy to get distorted with God, like, oh, this all powerful, like unreachable, unfathomable, but he's like the most loving, unconditional, like father that we all truly desire, like, which is, that's so cool. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing, man. Yeah.
It really is. It's so cool. What does this passage tell you about people?
It tells me about what it tells me about people is that again, it tells me that most people limit themselves significantly. And that most people need to be enlightened.
Mhm. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It tells me that people are not willing to ask and are scared to go to the Father and maybe fearful of even that potential being greater than they are and being content where they're at. Like, I feel like this verse, he's like saying that because he's like, if you guys believe in me and you believe that you're able to do the things that I do, you can even do greater things just because I went to the Father. So it's like, he's like, guys, like, you people don't understand what you're capable of. And it tells us that people, you are so much more capable of what you actually are settling into.
Yeah,
Because,
100%.
yeah, yeah, it's so cool. I like this passage a lot. This is great. If this passage is true, how would God have you apply it in your life this week? And I'm sure you said this has been a big verse for you. Like, how do you apply it? How do you continually apply it?
So I apply it constantly in betterance every day. Tagline of my gym is ultimate goal better than yesterday. If you're better physically, spiritually, or mentally in some form or fashion, you're working on becoming the best version of yourself. So I'm someone that I've found the understanding behind breath work, how important that is, how important grounding is. I've now raised my personal current level of voltage to be significantly higher than most. I can collect the energy a lot easier. I've had people that are more conscientious feel that they walked into my aura shield and stuff. So it's a lot of things like that. Uh, you know, Constantly having a morning devotional, nightly devotional orientated towards me and my mission. Again, I know what my mission is, so therefore I push towards that. Um, and yeah, I'm here to be a light to catch people on fire, and so I do that by showing people what is possible, like through physicalness, even when it's past the point of most people's limit of thinking it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's so cool. You just live and breathe it. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
and since it's
Hell
like
yeah.
a big impactful verse for you, it's like it's on your mind constantly. And so that's the beauty of it. When we're filling ourselves with verses and the word, it's like we're just gonna live and act through that. But if we hinder ourselves from that, or like only getting it on Sunday or whatever from different perspectives, like it's not gonna hit us the way God really wants it to hit us, and the Holy Spirit's gonna show us how we need to actually apply it. So that's really cool.
Oh, the one thing I've found out as well by living in this world and stuff, everyone just talks. And so like the fastest way to make it really though is talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah.
But nowadays almost everyone tries to get that quick sale or that snippet for a little bit. And then if you
Mhm.
don't possess the skills that the next level requires, you might be able to fake it for a little bit, but you'll eventually get found out. So you have to have those skills that it requires to stay there. And then so it's not trying to jump the ship too early and you go live in this spot where it's like, no, you have to prepare yourself. The last several years have been more of me learning each how to get to where I am now. And now I'm able to take the next steps.
Yep. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. I like what you said, and I don't know why it came out now, but you said that a little bit earlier, like, I'm better than yesterday. I always told myself when I was an athlete, and I try to tell myself this every day, and I teach my athletes that it's like, this is the worst I'll ever be because I'm only improving every day. Like when I was doing jujitsu, I was like, I'm being choked out. And I'll ever be. And then like 3 months down the road, I'm like, still there's the worst I'll ever be. But holy cow, I'm a lot further along and I can choke other people out and not be choked out every time.
Yeah, 100, dude. That's awesome. Well, that's the thing is, I was in my ninja classes and stuff. I'll tell the parents, right? I'm like, the ones that go for it will learn the fastest.
Yep.
Like the ones that are hesitant, no, I don't know about this. I'm like, well, because you're over here figuring out, you're wondering if you can. It's like, there's other kids like, all right, that's so sweet. Yeah. That's what the mats are for. Like,
That's so funny. I love that. That's awesome. So I think for me to apply it, and I love that. I think for me to apply it, I feel like I just need to like even believe more so of what he can do through me and like ask more consistently for even the little things. Like maybe I'm frustrated with my little one or my wife, or it's been a long day or like whatever, back to back calls, and then I come back home and it's chaos. And it's like just like directly going ask like, God, what do I need to do in this moment? Like my flesh and my this in this moment wants me to do like go up the rails, go taking like whatever, like a voy or whatever. And it's like, how in this moment, in the little things and the big things, can I ask and know that in those things, my desire is to honor him and to glorify him through that. I think for me, just like in those little moments, I feel like there's opportunities for me to ask. And even when in asking that, that'll help me believe more. I feel like from like where it says that I am capable of greater things than Jesus when he was on earth, if I go to the Father. So I think for me, just like kind of developing that.
I like that. It's like stacking the wins each day.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
eventually it might start out small, but then yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the best way to apply it. Yeah. I love it. Awesome. And then we did that one. So the next question is, who will you share this passage with this week?
Um, I share with a bunch of random people when I'm just led to. Again, the frequency and vibrations I put out there now are more I attract what I've had random people come to my gym and then they'll start talking to me and then they'll be like, wait, like you understand this kind of stuff, like not the gym stuff, but like more other questions than that. And like I just and then those people are on to me now, and so like
Praise God.
I've been noticing that a lot more.
Cool.
That I've been meeting a lot more stable-minded people, and collected people that are seeking betterance or knowledge or understanding. And then again, you tie it in to where, so one of the things too is so many people are pushed away by Christians that are like to where they like shove
Yeah.
God down your throat and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, to where it's like,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I just it's like reading a table, like when you're serving. Like I know how to interact and stuff with
Yeah.
him. So it's just I know when I'm led to do certain things and how to open up.
That's so cool. So the opportunity will probably present itself this
Yeah.
week of like, oh, that person, oh, but this person needs to hear it. Rock and roll. That's so
Yeah.
cool. That's so cool.
Oh yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's such cool alignment, and that's such just being Holy Spirit led and being able to be, yeah, just so present in that moment to be able to settle down to that and to be able to notice those things. That's really cool.
Appreciate it.
I love that. Um,
More and then where you gonna share?
yeah, yeah, exactly. No, good question. Who am I going to share with? It's so easy for me on these podcasts to be like, I want to share with my family. And it's like, yeah, I want to share the word with my family, but that's super easy to do. Maybe, I think, you know what? A couple client calls later today when my kids are napping. I'm going to share it with one of my clients. We've been talking about the word and praying every session. I'd say 90% of my clients lately are believers. So we pray for it's like great.
Yeah, right.
And I'd only work with those people. It's just like
Yeah.
the people that are attracted and that just come my way. And just like you're saying. So I think this individual and this other individual actually are dealing with the belief a little bit about this and themselves and what they're capable of. So I feel like this verse would like light them up from the inside out and be like, oh my gosh, like I am powerful. And it's not because I am powerful. It is because I am a child of the almost powerful. So I think just
Yes.
like
Right.
giving them that like perspective, I think will help them in the service and what they feel like they're called to do in a more powerful way.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect. So I'm glad I found one. And if I'm out getting groceries or something like that, I'll try to think of a time and I'll let you know how that goes. If I do get an opportunity like that, I'll try to be more present to be able to dive into that because I think that'd be super cool too. Just I'm at Costco getting all this stuff, and this person, I'm like, boom, this is the person you need to hear, and like,
Yeah.
like that. Just yeah. So I like that. That's encouraging for me too. Because I felt that like, I feel like I felt that multiple times, but I feel like I need to have an intention of that, like, consistently, like, when I'm out and about out there.
Yeah. And you understand it's a constant reiteration as well. It's programmed. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, the subconscious is like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So, I guess really the last question is, who do we know in need, or who do we know in need, and how can we help them? Obviously, this is a little easier when you're like in a house group, you're like, this person needs this trash thrown away, and it's an old lady that's at your church, and you're like, let's go and do it and get it done, kind of thing. And that's kind of the idea, is like to be able to help someone in our, or a neighbor. You're like, oh, I need this person to do that. But if anything comes to mind, even if it's prayer or anything like that, we can use this to share that.
So you say who's in need of it?
Yeah, who's in need and how can we help is basically the
So
question.
again, I would say most people are in need of this. Everyone's in need of it, but the people that are in need of it the most right now are the ones that are seeking help, or because like that's the thing is this one is not for people who are buried deep, and then it's not like they're not gonna, it's for ones that are, like what you're saying, your client, the two clients or whatever, the ones that are they know the light is there, they have some belief, they have some understanding and
Mhm.
stuff, so it's more of a selection,
That's true. Yeah. That makes sense. And then last question is, when and where do we want to meet again? So basically, we could plan on doing one maybe next week or the following week to do part 2 on this. He's like keeping that accountability. Hey, let's dive in the word again, kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be down to next week.
the best. Yeah, I love it. The dive in the word as brothers and getting this has been really cool. Super fun. Awesome. So we'll plan on doing it next week. For those of you watching, you guys we'll dive into probably Philippians 4, I believe, on that one. But thank you guys for joining, and thank you, Brendan, for diving into the word with me. I think that was amazing. I'm glad I felt like I got a lot out of that big time. And thank you, Lord, for what the Spirit brought to us. And like we said, when two or more are gathered, and here we are, and the Lord's with us. So what a beautiful thing. So now I'll kind of switch gears into the testimony side of things, and kind of just want to turn it over to you, brother, and just have you kind of share what you feel called to on your heart. And the idea here is it's like, there's so many people that have gone through similar things, and I'm sure you sharing your story to my audience will, connect in a deep way, and who the heck knows how we can, bring more to his glory. So I'll kind of turn it over to you with that.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Well, like I said, thanks for having me on. Thanks for giving platform to pronounce His glory. Uh, I've, in my personal opinion, and like statistically, real, I'm probably one of the most overlooked athletes to ever exist. I truly believe, and to AI's understanding, I'm already currently the top 15 100 athletes to ever exist under 160 pounds. I'm going to shatter my next world record that I'm training for. This is my pretty much uh, vamping up towards my new like ascension that I keep, like I've been really last like 6 months, just getting downloaded tons of knowledge and tons of God's just been opening the door more and more. But my entire life I've been overlooked. Like I said, I was 5'2", 97 pounds freshman year of high school. I went to high school of about 3,000 people. I was the second smallest male. Was only person on the entire football team in double digit weight. But I was blessed to learn at a very early point how to be that much better than everyone just to have an opportunity. And then, um, uh, I went and I had to walk on college at UK because I didn't get the opportunity to get scholarships or wherever. But uh, ended up becoming the third strongest person on the team, pound for pound, my freshman year at the SEC school. Later got a random injury and got cut. I transferred schools just so I could play right away. Ended up playing there. I was having literally one of the best statistical seasons you could ever have. Lost an entire muscle in my leg. They told me I'd never be able to play sports again. But the one cool thing about that is I never like after the doctor told me and everything stuff, I never ever once believed that I wasn't gonna be fine or like that I was like, I'll be back, I'll be fine. I came back in literally like 2 months. And then that's what got me on like Ninja Warrior and stuff because my recovery and had a story. First time on Ninja Warrior, made all the finals of Vegas. Ended up doing well on that for a while. Got a 3-year drought on that for some reason. Then you realize again, you always have to have a story. You have to better yourself. Uh, uh, about like 6 years ago is when kind of really started like digging into everything deep. I went to a church. I was looking for a church to go to, and I was walking in, leaving. This old lady comes up to me and is like, "Hey, I don't know what it is, but when you walked in, like, you just had this like aura around you." And I don't know what, but God just kept telling me. He was telling me a story. He's like, "You were this fish. I don't know what type of fish you were, but it was like a high end fish, and he was descaling you, cutting you up, getting you ready to serve to the people." And I'm like, essentially, this is like the second parable I've gotten. And so I was like, well, like, but I don't get it. Like, what does it mean? Like, it's like, well, what I understand is like he's descaling you, he's cleaning you up, he's getting you ready. Because like I was like, how do I do this? Like
Yeah, Lord,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, like
don't bore me. I can't.
yeah.
So,
And then I learned like it was like, well, if I gotta lead, so I gotta learn how to talk. So then I started listening to motivational speakers, stuff like that. Was able to turn very good one-liners that would resonate with people that could carry the message of what I was trying to transcend over. I began doing podcasts. I began talking to more and more people. Uh, and then I was like, screw this, like a world, like I can't live in this 9 to 5 job stuff anymore. Like I'm at a point where so I invested everything, put everything I had into uh, my Ninja Warrior gym that I wanted. And then COVID hit. Literally the first, I didn't even got to open up my building and I put everything penny I had into it. And then I had to start finding ways just to survive. I started fighting out of that because I money opportunity. And then I found out fighting was easy. because you just fight people the same size as you. My entire life, I trained to be faster, stronger than everyone, bigger than me. And so then fighting is just like everything else. What you put into it is what you get out of it. So start putting everything into that. Uh, One really cool thing throughout this process, like after the gym and everything, and literally 1 month process, the girl had been seeing and I was taking care of her 2 kids. She cheated on me, left me. Then the next week, Thor, my Bernese Mountain Dog that I raised for him up 6 weeks, got a random lung infection and died. The next week, my car got repoed. The next week, I missed the first gym payment and they started the eviction process right away. I was talking to my dad about it.
Yeah.
So like, well, if you're a country singer, you could write one hit single right now. Your girl, your car, your dog, your job, whatever. Yeah, and then at that point, I remember posting on Facebook like, "Hey, I think I'll be the first business I've ever heard of with over 100 Google reviews and it's still a 5 star, and I'm not gonna make it work." And then random things just started coming out of the blue. I had people come to my gym. Ladies like, "Hey, I don't know what it can I bring my pastor in here and can we anoint this place?" I came back, anointed every building, every like corner, prayed over every spot. People like that just kept coming in, and then we're landed randomly. A lady would like hit me up and be like, "Hey, can I give you $1,000?" And I was like, okay, which is awesome. Ended up making it through. Then I started making money, started getting to a spot of like comfort for a bit. Then I was all right for like the last like, year and a half. And then I took another risk to go where I'm going now. And and now I feel like I'm getting the most lit up. But again, that's when you're really gonna go through your breakthroughs and stuff is when things get trying and hard and stuff.
Very
And
true.
it's the whole point of it is to get you to quit and stuff.
Mhm.
That's the devil's whole
Yeah.
goal is to get you to quit. When you quit at your dreams or your purpose, you're aborting your dream. Like that's literally the abortion of your dream is you saying, "No, I'm good." Yeah.
Yeah.
So, uh, through all that process, well, the best thing for me is understanding my purpose because I was just doing stuff I needed to do to get where I needed to be. And then when you start living in this world, you find out how many people just don't know, like to try. They don't know that, like they don't have no backbone. They have no nothing, and found it hilarious at first because like so many people had found what I was doing that was like motivating and stuff, and I'm like I'm just doing what I need,
Yeah, you know what? I'm just living my life. I'm being
yeah,
me.
yeah, and so, and then that was the thing is just, especially nowadays where they're trying to break up the nucleus family and stuff to where most people don't have a true male role model figure in their life to teach them how to be a
Mhm.
man and understand that. So, again,
Yeah.
I'm here to light people like my fire and passion burns so bright to light other people on fire. So like I like when I went to the mustache competition this past weekend, had random people come up to me and be like, Dude, I do 25 push-ups a day because of you. Like I do this and that,
Oh,
like seeing these things
that's
and
so
stuff. And like because I'll go do something that may not be like I haven't trained for. Like my first bodybuilding competition I did because someone told me I needed to go, I should do natural bodybuilding. And I went and trained for a little bit, but I was already really in good shape and stuff, and I won it. So I became pro bodybuilding. But like, I never would have won if I never would have signed up or never gave myself an
Mhm.
opportunity, stuff like that. So too many people
Yeah.
limit themselves and stuff, and you never know how great you will be unless you try. And that's the thing is, one really good parable I had is, I saw videos the there's like 2 lighters and they both light, normal, and then you put one in a glass, and then you have a shot glass of water, and, "Oh, this thing will light hit it, this thing will light hit it, this thing will light hit it." Well, eventually the lighter's full, and you can take the lighter out, dry it off, and it won't light. But as soon as you have a lot one that's lit and you're trying to light this one, as soon as it touches, it lights again. And that's the thing
Mhm.
is, so many people have been dead in my life or
Mm.
found mediocrity to be okay,
Yep.
and my thing is here to show them it's not.
You're capable of so much more. What are you doing? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Wow. That's so cool. What a cool mission, because people just need to be woken up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally what it is, and need to realize their capabilities or their capacities are far much greater than what they're settling into.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the 4 minute mile, this is a funny one. What everyone thought your heart would explode, you die. Well, after the first person broke it, within 6 months, 22 more people broke it. And it's like, see, well, it's the same thing with the flea trick. Like you can put a fleas in a jar and put a lid on it.
Yeah.
And then even the fleas born after that, once you undo the lid, won't jump higher than the lid because they've been programmed to not believe that's possible. So that's the thing is like, don't put your limitations on me. You're limited because you have a limited mindset. Like, that's not me. Like, I'll find a way to get where I'm going.
Oh, absolutely. And that's so cool. That verse aligns so well with
Yeah.
it's so cool. Like, God literally gives us this power within us. And it's like you said, the devil is coming to steal, kill, and destroy our purpose, our dreams, and us being healthy, wealthy, and like all the things that God truly has for us. And it's like, I don't know if you've ever read the book. I always encourage people to read it. It's not even a religious one. It's from Napoleon Hill. It's called Outwitting the Devil. And it's like a conversation with Napoleon Hill with the devil. And it never came out until like 60 years after he wrote it, because he didn't want to bring it out there because it was like a weird concept. It just felt weird about that. But it's like the 5 to 7 fears that Satan and the devil goes to like keep us fearful of this, to keep us stay where we're at, to not get where we're going. And it's like 99% of people are drifters because the tactic the devil uses to keep people where they're exactly at. And so it's like, if you're not a drifter, you're a 1%er that's going on the path that God truly has for you. But there's so many things keeping people, they're blinded and they don't have the capacity. They don't feel like they're capable, like all that. And like all the fears and all the things that the devil instills in them to keep them where they're at. So that aligns so well. It's like, you have all these skills that you learn and the things that you've grown and overcome that you can help other people fire them up, and that will fire you up. You're like, even, the guy's this long, now you got a six-pack and you're doing that. Like, how freaking cool is that? And you're able to impact your family. Like, your business is better. Like, everything will be better once you get your mind, body, spirit in a whole different, purpose.
Oh, 100%, man. It's just, again, like betterance every day. It's just stacking those small wins and like, that's how you draw the connection for people that don't. You just have to, hey, just trust me for this little bit. Like
Yeah.
what is 30 days really hurt? Like if you can do 30 days, I guarantee you'll see progress, and then you'll make you want to do more. So
Exactly. Yeah.
those
You just
people,
got that 30 days and those reps to do it. Yeah. Because most people just won't even start there because they're so content with where they're at and they're not sick enough to actually go and make a change and move.
yeah, yeah. Well, and again, accountability for most people is that, because that's the biggest problem is they won't make a change because they're not holding themselves accountable.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
Exactly.
Jesus
Yeah.
came and God already gave his only begotten son. He came to save us. So we've already been saved. Now it's up to you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Now it's up to us. Yeah. That's beautiful. It's like you've been saved, you've been made new. Now it's us to have the discipline and the work ethic and the things to be able to actually go and serve the purpose God's actually calling for us in our life.
Yes.
Or through Him to make the glory for Him. But like, we all have these things that we're not doing because we don't have the accountability, we don't have the work ethic and discipline to do it, and we're settling for mediocrity. And that's not at all what Jesus or God had or the Holy Spirit has for each and every one of us.
Yeah. I find it funny because almost everyone just will use an excuse for I don't have time or stuff like that. And then the funny thing is, like, I know the output that I'm putting in for just this world record, and I have time. Like, I have time.
Most people aren't going to do that capacity. You're like, if I have time to do this many pull-ups a day, like you can make this happen. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying like I still have time to do other, like I'll like
It's like top of it.
yeah. Like I know for a fact I'm still not getting 100% because I know there's still things I could be doing.
More. Yeah.
Yeah. And but like that
Wow.
the thing is I hold my, like, winners and champions will worry about the stuff they didn't, like the weak and stuff will work a little bit and then think it's good enough. Because again, they have this like show up ability now where like everything's a tip thing. Like you handed me my food and I'm supposed to tip you now. Like it's a show up, and because that's the whole thing about eighth place trophies and like the show up rewards is because it makes you not strive for more. You know, like instead you need to have. That's why awards and things are like meanings, because there needs to be a certain level of dedication or effort put into to earn. Yeah.
Yeah, and nobody wants to do the work. Everybody wants to excuse the work. Yeah, but everybody needs, like, has a plan, and it's going to take work. Like, you can't just expect, but you have to have that belief first. I think what we're learning is it's like that belief has to come first. And honestly, having someone in your corner, like you said, the accountability goes such a long way too, because so many of us flounder if we're stuck on our own.
Yeah, and look, you're saying those without vision are lost. I mean, you have to see it in the mind, speak it, claim it. Again,
And
that's
then live it and become it.
yeah,
Yeah.
claim it. So yeah, that's the claim it in His name. It's not one of these things to where it's not just a manifestation. I have to say a certain amount of times or say like that. No, just claim it in His name. Like it's like that's that much easier. Yeah.
Yep. I love that. That's awesome. Oh man, really good stuff. Well, thank you, man. It's really cool. Like I know your dad's even shared some other miracles, but it seems like your life has been a total miracle. Just to be able to recover from 2 months from some insane things that were told you'd never be able to actually compete or play sports again, and then you like went and did all these incredible things. Like it's just crazy because it's so easy for other people to say things or whatever and to keep us where they feel like we're meant to. And it's like, no, I know I'm meant for more. Screw you for what you're saying here. I have this purpose and God calling that I'm going this route. Like, I think that's so cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on. It was a blessed time talking to you, and thanks for sharing the other versions or whatever. I like the amplify.
Amplified classic. Exactly. There's amplified, there's amplified classic. I don't even know the difference, but I know they're both super amplified.
Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome, man. Anyone, where would they find you? They find you on Instagram, Facebook. Where are you typically the most active?
Instagram as the USA Saying, and then Facebook Brendan Kelly. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, check them out, and then we'll be doing a part 2 probably next week or the following week. And then yeah, really thank you for being here, brother, man. Really excited for the next podcast, and really excited, obviously, to have you as a client as well, and to take these next steps moving forward. And have a blessed day. And we'll see you guys soon on the podcast. Thanks for being here, guys.